Moving on, other persons have been encouraged to report any form of abuse perpetrated against them. By doing this, Malaika Gabriela Ligami, the executive director of Jehovah Alive for the Old Age and an advocate for the rights of the elderly, affirms that the rampant elder abuse in the communities will be brought to an end. Now, she said this ahead of the International Day of the Older Persons, slated to be celebrated in Masaka on the first day of October 2024.
According to the recently concluded Uganda Population and Housing Census conducted in June 2024, those aged 60 and above represent 5% of the total population of 46 million, translating to approximately 2.3 million elderly individuals in Uganda.
Thank you.
Yesterday, the Minister of State for the Elderly revealed distressing statistics indicating that 86% of the elderly individuals in the country are neglected and isolated by their caregivers, among other abuses.
Domestic abuse is quite prevalent and is amongst intimate partners where violence is exercised to show power and control. As we talk now, it is at 44.7%.
In light of the unfortunate findings, Malaika Gabriela Ligami, the executive director of Jehovah Alive for the Old Age, highlights that the elders are not only neglected or isolated, but also subjected to other forms of abuse, including financial and psychological abuse.
We also have financial abuse, whereby you see most of the older persons are tortured on their own property, their own resources, their own finances, and it's really on the rise. And because of the high levels of poverty in the communities that we are serving, you find out older persons are really vulnerable when it comes to financial abuse. We also have psychological abuse, where they are mentally tortured. They are not sick, they are not financially abused, but mental torture, psychological torture, that is really deep, because you cannot weigh the level of the torture they are going through.
Malaika, an advocate for the rights of the elderly, attributes the various abuses to poverty, moral degeneration, and ignorance. She says that most older persons are not aware of their rights, thus falling prey to their perpetrators.
Abuse is ignorant. Then we have poverty, because there's high level of poverty in our communities that we are living in. And then even the same older persons, they are not aware of their rights. Then next, we also have moral degradation. People no longer value the morals that were there in the past, because of, I think, change of technology, the environment.
She has encouraged the older persons to report any form of abuse perpetrated against them, noting that by doing so, the rampant older person abuse will be mitigated.
We encourage this older person to go to the authority, report the cases. You know, most of them, they feel ashamed. I am 80-year-old, I'm 70-year-old. How do I go and report this case to the police that I was raped by a 19-year-old? There is nothing like shame, because when we go and we report these cases to the police or to the authority, these victims are put in order. They are punished, and we shall see these abuses being reduced. And then also we have creating awareness, what I'm just doing and what we've been doing the whole month of September. We create awareness on promoting and protecting the rights of older persons.
Malaika also highlights some of the steps they have undertaken to safeguard the rights of the elderly, such as creating groups where care is given and experiences are shared.
We have gone down to the grassroots, because anything to see results, I have believed in starting from the grassroots, because that's where you'll get the results anyway, and starting from the top to the bottom. So we have ensured that we create older persons groups, peer groups. When you create them, you know, they encourage themselves. At Jafoa, what we do, we have grouped them per houses, like 20 houses of older persons. They come together, they do aerobics, spiritual encouragement of each other. In those meetings, those weekly, Saturday meetings, That's why they share what they're going through in their homes, the challenges they're.
As Uganda prepares to recognize the International Day for Older Persons, the call for urgent action to protect the country's elderly citizen is more critical than ever. John William Ogenda, Freddie Chris Chisawo for BTM News Today.